Hey guys, it's Kim from horseandaroundstamping.com, and look at this creative disaster I've got all over my desk. We are going to make this gift card holder. It's pop up. Pretty fun, right? So I'm going to make that with you today, and I've got all the pieces laid out so you can see them. And then that way you can take a quick snapshot of your screen if you want. And then we'll get started. Sound good? Okay, so I'm going to put all of this aside and get it as we need it. And get started. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is I have 2 sheets of designer series paper that are 5x5. They're scored at 1.5, 2 1/4, 3 3/4, and 4.5. Okay, so I have pre-scored these for us, and I already added my tear and tape where I wanted it so that you guys didn't have to wait and watch me do all of that. So again, it's 1.5, 2 1/4, 3 3/4, and 4.5. Okay, so I have taken the 2 sheets, and this is how I used my tear and tape. I have 2 strips on this 1.5 piece, kind of a U shape in the middle of that, and then strips on each one of these small ends. But yeah, that way we didn't have to, you guys didn't have to wait for glue to dry and all of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do these first. And the first step we have is we're going to take our 1/2 inch section, fold it over, and peel off the backing. And then I'm going to close this end where it meets equally so it's flat. Okay? That way we'll have a little rectangular box. I need to cut this tab off. Got a little heavy on the tear and tape when I was prepping for the video. Okay, so that's all we did was make a little rectangle. All right, so we're going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to fold the 1/2 inch lip over. We're going to peel our backing off. And we're just going to take this in half to meet the edge of that, nice and flat. If we do this flat, we know that our card will lay flat. Okay? And now, making sure that that's the only tear and tape left on this box, is going to be that tear and tape is going to be on the bottom. So we want these 2 pieces to stick together, but we want to leave the top so we can put our gift card in it. So we don't need tear and tape on that. All I'm going to do is take my tear and tape off of this end, and we're going to match these 2 together. Now what I like to do is I like to lay it flat, and this one flat. Same thing. You can use glue. The glue gives you a little bit more time to get it all stuck together. But then when we undo it, they're together, and they have the sticky for the bottom and the sticky for the back, which you'll see in just a minute. So from here, I'm going to bring in my 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock that's scored at 4 1/4, typical card. Okay. And now I'm going to lay this flat. So I've got the big side with the 2 sticky strips on the top. And I've got the little sides that are glued together. It's going to be on the bottom. Flip, flip, okay? So big side on the top. And I try to get even spaced on each side before I take my tear and tape off. Excuse me. And then all we're going to do is close the front. I just put that up against the score line and we close the front of the card. And now all we're going to do is take this off. And close the back of the card. Ta-da! See? Nice and flat. Now when you send it in the mail, you don't have to worry about it not being flat. And your little gift card slides right in here so that it pops up. Okay, so let's decorate it real quick. I made the decorations super easy so that it didn't take a lot of time to decorate it. But I started with 4 by 5 1/4 piece of garden green. And I'm going to layer a piece of my DSP. This happens to be from the Snowy Day, but I've also used the little candy canes from the Iconic Imagery paper pack too, but 3 3/4 by 5. And we're just going to layer those. And put them directly on top of our card front. Okay, and now we are gonna take a 1 3/8 by 5 piece of Real Red and a 1 1/8 by 5 piece of, this is Iconic Imagery. And somewhere I cut something short. Yep, my Real Red piece is short, so let's rectify that situation. I had some pieces that I was cutting 1 by 4 for our Christmas, and I'm sure that got kind of stuck in the middle there. So we want it, I said 1 3/8 by 5. Okay, let's try again. 1 3/8 by 5 and 1 1/8 by 5. All right. Easy fix. Okay. And we're just going to put that across the center. All right, I need to get some dots, some of our dimensionals. Of course, I didn't have those here either. So now I want to layer, I cut this, I cut both of these out of a strip of 1 by 4 inch basic white and Real Red. And what I did with the basic white was I added some of our adhesive sheets behind this, a 1 by 4 inch strip of adhesive sheet behind the white, and then I cut it out together. So now all I have to do is peel off the backing, and I don't have to try to glue this little, all of these little pieces. Or not all these little pieces, but these thin lines. So you just pull the backing off. I probably should be a little bit more gentle than I'm being, because I'm getting my little Christmas thing all messed up. But then you just layer it on here, and you don't have to worry about having glue everywhere. You do have to worry about keeping this together. Like I said, I manhandled it, and that didn't work so well, so I probably should not have done that. All these things that you shouldn't do happen when you're videotaping. It's par for the course. I really messed up that S. Okay. Note to everyone, do not manhandle your Christmas cutout, okay? Very good, though. All better. And then I took a piece of 3/8 by 2 real red and stamped Mary from the Peaceful something. I don't have it right here, but Peaceful something stamp. I'll have all of the supplies listed below, but I kind of got in a hurry, and things got kind of discombobulated this morning because I got a call just as I was going to start the video that we're getting some lime for our horse lots delivered, and I wasn't prepped for that. So I had to run outside and open gates and mark where it's going. How's that for an excuse, huh? Happy Monday, Kim. I'm taping this on a Monday, but it won't go live until Tuesday or Wednesday. But anyway, so we're going to put some dimensionals on here on both of these die cuts. And then just add them. There we go. And you know, if I don't like this alignment, which I don't, I can go in here with my Take My Pick tool and push these letters over. It's really not that big of a deal, but sometimes it bugs me. Okay, and then we have a 2.5 by 5 inch piece of basic white. And through the magic of YouTube, boink, stamped. So we're going to add this. To the bottom there. Put my little card back in here. And we have some little peppermint adhesive backed embellishments. Couldn't think of the word. I'm going to pop those on here. And that's it. That's it. The card is done. The big thing is just making those two squares and putting them together. Rectangles, not squares. But you know what I mean, right? And how much fun is that when you mail this to somebody and they open it up and it's just, whoop, ta-da! I love that. Whoop. It's all ready to present itself. Alrighty. There you have it. That's all I have for you today. I hope you have time to make one too. Thank you. Bye-bye.